All right, John, what is Project Veritas? What is this?
So they had like a journalist go on Grindr. And yeah, he went on Grindr.
What is Project Veritas, by the way?
They're like, remember, like they set up, they found like the acorn thing.
No,
I forget what that was.
What
Dad, do you remember this shit?
What are we talking? Chipmunks?
They've been exposing. They've been exposing the Dems.
They
for
found
like
an
years.
acorn. What are they? Chipmunks?
What are they? Chipmunks?
What are they? Chipmunks or something?
What are they? Or something?
What's going on here?
Fucking cocksuckers.
So, no, they were the ones who like, you know, they exposed that like, you know, Bernie Sanders is getting screwed in the.
Are they Republican?
Yeah, they're conservative.
So they did it to show how corrupt the Democratic Party was when they fucked over Bernie.
Yeah,
he had all the super PAC money, right?
I think that was them.
And then Hillary, like,
yeah, and they sneak in and own the libs, and like this time it was a guy went on Grindr.
They own the libs.
Own the libs, dude. They went on Grindr and they hooked up with like a director of Pfizer and then recorded the date. And the director of Pfizer was like, you know, like if we mutate the COVID virus.
Speaking of Pfizer.
Yeah, they were fucking each other in the ass.
Speaking of Pfizer.
And
like, sir, you didn't have to have sex with the Pfizer.
Yeah.
Like he gave you all the ammo we needed.
No,
like
I'm
dinner.
shaking because of my Pfizer.
Sir, you didn't. Oh, I see. I thought you know. They went on the date and then the director of Pfizer said like, oh, like we're gonna like mutate the virus so that we can sell more vaccines. That would be a great idea.
Oh, that's caught on tape?
Yeah, dude, it's wild.
Oh, hell yeah.
It's fucking wild. And then
we can't watch it though because I already saw some channels get taken off for watching it.
It's the guy. He's literally saying
the Pfizer guy.
Yeah, he's saying it.
He's like, this whole thing's been fake.
Yeah,
he's just saying it out loud.
Yeah, he's like, it's bullshit. No, it's like, it's insane. We have it on camera.
He's like, people are so stupid.
Yeah, and then Google's like, no, this is wrong.
What was his position at Pfizer?
He's like a director of something.
Oh God, director. Yeah. He's not even like a VP level.
Not even a cinematographer. I think he was a
head honcho of some sort. I don't know.
This is all fucking nonsense. I hate to be a shill, but it's like, and I believe that it's very possible.
Find the actual title.
Somebody may have engineered the virus, and I know that Pfizer is profiteering. I mean, whatever.
They did engineer the virus.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, no, I know they were doing gain-of-function research. It may have been engineered on purpose to...
Oh, yeah. I don't know if it was on purpose, but it was definitely created.
He's the director of research and development.
No, they admit that. They admit that they're doing gain-of-function research.
What did you say, John?
It was Jordan Walker, Pfizer Director of Research and Development, Strategic Operations, and mRNA Scientific Planning.
That's actually quite a suspicious role.
mRNA planning?
Yeah, he's like, they're like, he's developing the Resident Evil virus.
He's our PSYOP organizer.
He's the Red Flag director of Red Flag.
This is the director of Red Flags.
Yeah, it was in like, God, I wish we could play the video. It kicks ass.
He's like, aren't they beating him up or something? Or like, isn't he on the, I saw some video. Maybe that's a cop.
Yeah, Devan, that's the thing that's head of Memphis.
I'm on Twitter. I have no clue what's going on today.
All the videos are getting mixed.
All I know is I'm gonna go burn down an O'Reilly's Auto Parts.
This guy was black.
I don't know why, but I can't tell who's wrong today. I don't know what's going on Twitter, by the way. There's a little girl cop. Have you seen the little girl cop? She looks like the Sam Bankman-Fried's ugly girlfriend.
There's a little girl?
Yeah.
There's this little girl cop that like she's riding a mechanical bull, and I keep seeing her online.
Oh, the one who gangbanged in Tennessee.
Oh, he was a part of a gangbang?
She looks little.
I don't know, I'm out of the loop. So there's that bitch, right? Tiny, like dwarf cop.
Yeah, she's
ugly
little.
Dwarf cop, and she's riding mechanical bulls out front of like
the gangbang
grocery stores, and I think she was gangbang. But was she gangbanged by the 5 black dudes in Memphis that just killed that black guy?
No, there was a Latino in there somewhere.
I think they're combining issues.
Okay, and then there's a week ago, guy was tased to death over somewhere, and I don't know who I'm upset at. I don't know because everyone today there was a premiere. They released this video at 6 p.m. of this horrific Memphis beating.
Oh yeah,
of I forget the guy's name.
Oh wow, buddy.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice, buddy.
Well, sorry, I'm still mourning George Floyd. Okay? I move slow. Yeah. But I just don't. And all day I was like, people were texting me like, yeah, there's gonna be riots. Like there's a big drop at 6. Yeah. I'm like, what? First off, I don't get it. Like it's like what is this, like the Louis like live stream of his special at Madison Square Garden? Like why is there a big drop for a police brutality video?
It's disgusting.
We're all watching a murder at 6 p.m.
It's wild.
I don't know. But I just didn't know. It literally took me about 45 minutes today to figure out what was happening because I was like, no, it can't be these 5 black. I kept seeing 5 black cops show up on my feed, and I was like,
oh, these guys all got killed by white cops.
I was like, what the hell? I was like, oh my god.
Well, I knew about this case like weeks ago because I remember the news.
It happened. Yeah. The guy's been in the hospital for months.
Well, he
died of his injuries
because I knew
horrific.
They were fired immediately, and then 2 firefighters were fired as well. That responded.
What did they do?
I don't know.
They showed up
they
and
probably
sprayed him with hoses like it was the fucking civil fucking.
Yeah,
like it was the civil
German
rights
shepherds.
Shit.
No, I think they didn't make. Well, all I could surmise is they didn't provide him the medical attention he should have been.
Great word, Johnny.
Thanks, buddy.
I didn't know a genius was on the podcast.
God, I didn't know a man that gets all his clothes at Walmart to say surmise.
Hey, they got
look at John. Doesn't he look like he's about to go ask for a fishing hook?
It's a $13 hoodie, dude. This is the best deal in town. I got 2 of them. Yeah, so they fired 2 firefighters. I think because the firefighters probably had the authority to step in and stop the beating.
And they just watched?
Probably. I have a feeling that was probably what happened. But I don't know. I don't know. I could see that. Like, why would they fire a firefighter? Other than that. Like, they could have. You didn't stop.
Firefighters get too much respect.
I'm new to this
case.
I
like firefighters.
You're putting out...
I like firefighters.
Well, really? Well, how come they never put the fires out here?
Well, I mean, they're too big.
So it always goes for weeks and
they're
weeks.
Too big. What can one man
Pour
do?
water on it, retard.
I don't know. I just think firefighters are way more chill. Every firefighter I talk to is like.
I don't know. Anytime I walk by the fire department, they're never doing what I thought. There's no chili.
Oh, they just make lasagna.
No chili. No, I never see them come down the pole.
They're all slow cooking.
I like watching them come down the pole. I stand out front.
Devin's beating off outside the fire department.
So the fire.
Yeah, they fired 2 firefighters, and then the 5 cops were immediately fired. And I was like, "Oh, that must be horrific." And they were purposely delaying the video.
They're facing murder charges, I think. These guys.
Yeah, and I watched the video, and it's horrific.
Go on.
It's horrific. No, it's horrific, but I didn't see the part where they beat him up. I just saw like the before and after.
On video, I'm going to zoom in on you during this section.
Yeah.
Go on.
No, that's it. I didn't see the part where they were beating him. I just saw the before and after, and it looked crazy.
He ran away.
It's never a good sign when he's yelling for his mom.
He ran away, but that doesn't matter. You're not supposed to be beaten.
He was responding
I've run
like
from
a
the
moron.
cops many times that I've survived every
encounter. That's white privilege.
It's
white
just
privilege.
like, it's everyone's retarded.
It's so hard to watch because you're like, just get face down on the floor, dude.
Yeah.
Like, just let them arrest you and be alive. Like, but he also probably was confused. Like, how come all these black dudes are being so crazy with me?
That's the other thing is also I have.
But he had Vans on. And he was like a skateboarder black dude from Sacramento, and I kind of think there might be something like they didn't like the way he sounded, and he was. I don't know.
It's for sure.
I don't even know why he was pulled over.
And also, like I don't want to fucking throw this out, but like I'm sure you've experienced this too, Joey. Like when you're like when I do jujitsu and I'm rolling with a guy and I'm really tired and it's very intense and the guy's like dominating. And I'm like getting fucked up. Mm-hmm. Like it's kind of hard to think. I can't imagine 4 guys on top of me beating me.
Well, they didn't even. It wasn't even a routine. It didn't look like a normal traffic stop. They're pulling him out of his car. They're going, get the fuck out of the car.
Well, the thing is also there's this
with their guns. So he's already afraid of dying.
Law enforcement.
So I think he thought his only move was to run, which I don't know. It doesn't seem that crazy to me.
It's an inherently violent thing, right? So you have someone who's walking on the street and the cop goes, hey, you can't smoke here. If you don't put the cigarette out, he's going to escalate to another level of violence where he's already telling you, he's already impeding your movement, right? He's like telling you to put the cigarette out. So it's like, when does it stop? And
it stops really when your name is Amagansett Press.
when you're a First Amendment audit.
If only they were there.
It stops when you're at a post office with the giant Indian sun filming the whole damn thing.
Damn right. Anyway, I just I don't want to. We shouldn't talk about it too much. I don't know anything about it, but it's gonna.
Sad.
I think we might want to get back to Joey's neighborhood early tonight.
What? Oh yeah. I'm gonna try to.
I kind of feel like some stuff might happen. I don't know. It was in Memphis, but
I told my boss
everyone's looking for a reason to burn down a subway.
Oh, yeah. Keep me posted.
Well, George Floyd. What happened in L.A. when that happened?
It was a slow burn. It it was like people were bored and it just became like a thing.
People
if
are
that
too lazy
wasn't big, then I don't think this is going to do anything.
I don't know. There hasn't been much of this for a while. I think people are primed and ready to go.
They're back at work. They're. I think they're busier.
They're back at work. They don't have enough. Eggs are too expensive.
Donald Trump over here.
Eggs are really expensive right now, so no one's got any protein in them, so they don't have the energy to riot.
Listen, maybe I'm a fool, and it's on record. My prediction is that nothing in LA will actually.
I agree with Joey.
I kind of agree too. I was just wondering. I don't know. The fact that they did a big drop at 6 p.m.
It's disgusting.
Felt like a coordinated effort to cause.
Hearing the journalists talk about it is revolting. They're like, "Listen, we're going to show the first part, then we're going to drop the second part later." It's like, just show the whole fucking thing. Why do you got to? It's for viewers. It's fucking revolting. Watch a man get murdered on camera.
Yeah. The second part's released later.
They're being night crawlers.
Join
Yeah.
They are. They're being voyeuristic pieces of shit.
There's no need for a government conspiracy because these guys are being night crawlers. They're profiteering off of viewership.
Yeah. CNN is like, hey, check out the Patreon for part 2 of the murder.
Yeah.
You want to see his brains?
I'll tell you right now.
That's tier 4. You got to give us $30 a month for that.
There's a brains tier.
Don Lemon's just like jacking off to it.
If we get enough viewers, we'll take off life support. All right. No, one thing I saw today though, there are no cops at Union Station today, and usually there's a special assignment, and they go there for time and a half. And I was driving home with Joey, and I was like, I bet they're all in a fucking parking lot by LAX, just loading shotguns.
So basically, what happens is if you have no work as a cop, you can choose to go to Union Station and just chill there, and you get overtime.
Really? Yeah, that's what Union Station.
And then so when there's no cops at Union Station, John's theory is that they're off because they've been called to do something.
Yeah, they've been pulled somewhere else.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Also, John's got all these theories where everyone's being super badass too. Like,
what do you mean?
Just he's like, there's no cops there today, so I'm pretty sure they're in a parking lot just fucking loading semis.
It's like
tanks,
Detroit,
dude,
1969.
They're just like fucking flexing, dude. They're all oiled up, dude. This every fantasy of yours always involves men.
All the cops in Union Station are SWAT team guys. That's the other thing. They are.
Well, they don't really police Union Station that well.
No, they suck ass.
They're
Drive
terrible
around.
cops.
Dude, they don't even respond to the violence. It's just firefighters who respond to the violence now because they're just like afraid the cops are just going to kill homeless people.
Why do firefighters keep showing? What are they supposed to do?
Because they don't have guns. They just show up and go, calm down there, buddy. They're like, put the gun away.
With their stupid coats on.
It's insane.
Those dumb fire coats.
There's knives and guns and fucking people
make
pissing
some
themselves.
chili and shut the fuck up.
Yeah. Dude, firefighter Instagram is the fucking lamest. It's been slowly falling into my feed and it's just like dude just making burgers all day.
Well, I guess like every once in a while it is really bad.
Yeah. I'm sure they see like a kid with his head cut off like every.
There's not enough 9/11s for me to give a shit about firefighters.
We need more 9/11s.
There needs to be more 9/11s to give firefighters more cred.
Yeah. It's like The Departed, where it's like the first time in history where firefighters are getting pussy.
Yes.
Post 9/11, because nobody cared about them before that. And it's odd that prestige has carried this long.
I agree.
It's time to take some of it back.
It's time to take back credit from firefighters. You're not that cool.
You need another big 9/11.
Also, it's like too many people. I remember when I was in school, one of our teachers was like a volunteer firefighter.
Who?
Dela Cruz, the Spanish teacher. He was trying to become a firefighter.
Yeah.
He was like bipolar maniac.
Really?
Yeah, he was like absolute psycho.
I always liked him.
He threw a rubber band ball at a kid's head.
That kicks ass.
Yeah, and then one time I remember I was like, he flipped to a page. He was like super nice, really nice, and then he flipped to the wrong page. He was like, let's start on chapter blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I think you mean chapter this, coach. And he goes, you want to teach the fucking class? And I was like, oh my God. Jesus Christ. Sorry, Zelda Fitzgerald. But anyway, you want to know some police videos that we can all have a laugh at.
Yeah.
Guess what dropped today, folks?
Ooh.
Paul Pelosi and David DePape's fling is caught on cam. And I really don't know what's going on in the video. It's have you guys seen this at all yet?
Yeah, I've watched it.
Oh boy, dude. It's like it was like directed by fucking it's like Mike Nichols movie.
Curb
or
Your
some shit.
Enthusiasm.
It's a fucking it's ridiculous.
It's wild.
Okay.
I love this so much. You haven't seen this, Joey?
No.
Oh,
Joey,
God,
this
Joey.
is maybe my favorite police
full
footage
screen
of
this
all
for the
time.
boys. Yeah. I love the cops. They're like, is this the right address, fool? Did you notice that?
They did?
They're all frustrated.
What? Really?
Yeah, the cops were all frustrated. They thought they got the wrong address. They weren't
going
saying
on?
fool. I just added that.
Like, DePape, why do you have all these poppers? What's with all this lube, DePape?
I love his name, DePape, too.
DePape.
DePape. Yeah, I don't get body cam footage. The audio never kicks in until like 10 seconds.
It's because they're saying shit that got edited.
Yeah,
out.
there's this. They get their N-words out right before.
They're like, I hope this isn't gay prostitution. Fuck you.
John, is this video? Are you jealous of this video?
Yeah.
You wish you were being banged by Paul
I was getting
Pelosi. Do you wish Paul Pelosi was holding a glass of vodka and you were sucking him off?
He happened to had the hammer and it got real
he's
gnarly.
just totally out of it. He's on so many fucking benzos. You're just sucking him off, stealing money from him. You're like Andrew Cunanan. Fucking devious queer.
Suck me off.
You're a devious queer. You know that?
No,
What?
What was it?
What's
sinister
sinister queer?
It was dark queer.
No,
yeah,
It was dark queer. That
Last
was good.
week I was calling John. John was
queer.
trying to do a bunch of gay bashes on me, and I go, "You're the worst of us. You're a sinister queer."
which like put this image of like a Vlad Dracula but gay.
It looks like it feels like you suck guys off with like a big cape on.
Yeah, we came up with a bit where
You pop your collar. You're like,
yeah. I
and
disappear
after
into
they
bats.
come, you go, "I guess I'll be on my way." And you go,
There's smoke and I disappear in a cloud of smoke. No, we had a bit where there was a fucking floating head, disembodied head that I would make out with because I was a dark
Yeah, you would.
yeah, you're just a floating head. You're a ghost in a room, just sucking people off because you're a sinister queer.
You've got a glory hole at the Outlook Hotel. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a Mr. Scrooge wandering around the fucking house with like a little candle, and I flip his nightgown
Yeah,
up and fuck him in the ass.
You have a nightcap on. You're holding a candle because you're you're a dark queer.
My balls need to be drained in the haunted house.
All right.
All right, back to Paul Pelosi.
Paul Pelosi. Right.
One of the funniest door answers I've ever seen.
By the way, who answers the fucking door? I don't get it.
He goes, "It's the Pelosi's not going to help."
They go, DoorDash? Paul Pelosi's like, "Are those the poppers?"
I don't know. Just play it.
Who the fuck answers this door?
We'll analyze it frame by frame.
Fucking said 2620.
The guy's like, "This is fucking Nancy Pelosi's husband. This is Nancy Pelosi's house, dude."
Are they saying that?
No, but they might as well be.
Yeah, it literally said that.
They're like, "This neighborhood's gay."
How you doing?
I think Paul.
Is that the puppy?
That's the puppy.
Who's got the drink? Where's the drink?
Hold on, you can see it in his hand. He's
going-
holding the glass in his hand right
he's
there.
a gay. He's a gay.
Has the attack already happened?
No, you'll wait.
Jesus.
Come on, man. Everything's good.
Put the hammer
Drop it.
down.
He's holding. They're like smiling. Why are they both smiling?
Dude, this is the gayest gay sex.
What is going on?
I didn't notice the drink in his hand until Devin told me he had a drink in his
He has
hand.
a
But that
drink
is
in his
so
hand.
suspect. Yeah, no, this
Hammer.
is.
He goes,
he's wrestling the hammer away from him, and
Yeah.
while it's like they're answering the door while like holding a gun, and they're like, "Hey, how you doing, officer?"
it was gay sex that got weird, and then now they're kind of doing like a playful wrestling for the hammer. So Pelosi's halfway going like, "Okay, you know what? I don't like the fact that you have this hammer, but also I kind of want to keep having sex with you."
Honestly,
Yeah.
not quite sure it's gay sex because there's footage of him breaking into the home with the hammer.
Yeah, because he probably came back for the gay sex that they used to be having.
Is that his kink? You think Paul is like, "Break in with the hammer. I'll be waiting."
Let's keep watching.
I think. Okay, honestly, gay sex. It's like a 50-50 for me. It's 50% gay sex or
Right. We know it's 50-50 for you,
The
gay
pappy
sex.
broke in. Yep. The pappy broke in, and then Paul Pelosi was like. By
the way, I'm going to name my my new dog is going to be named DePape.
Come here, DePappy.
Come here, DePape.
No, they. I think he could have. Like DePappy's a psychopath and like obviously like schizophrenic and fucked up in the head.
Yeah.
It's very possible that he broke in and DePape was like just talking to him. and just being like, hey, I'm gonna call, like, you need help, and then maybe he was like, I don't know, I might kill you for spirit cooking.
You know what I think happened? I think I'm gonna go away from the gay sex stuff.
Yeah.
It's fun to go with. We're gonna make a ton of jokes, and I'm gonna pretend that's totally true.
Hell yeah.
But I think this guy's a maniac, and he broke in with the hammer, and I think Paul Pelosi is just like a drunk that's on like benzos, and I think he was afraid for his life, and I think it was like a fucking scene from like a, Shooter or like some like Mark Wahlberg political like assassin movie, and I think, or like House of Cards, and I think Paul Pelosi was like, no, would you like a drink?
Yeah, that's what
and
I'm saying.
He made him a drink, and he made himself a drink, and maybe the guy turned down the drink, but Paul tried to have the drink just to be like, it's okay, we're all friends here. Like please don't hammer me to death.
I actually like that theory.
Yeah, no, this is that's
I think he made a drink for himself in his den, and he had like his dog there named Buck. And like they're by a fireplace, and he's like, just take it easy, easy.
Yeah, a break-in happened while he was blackout drunk on benzos, and that's why it looks so weird.
Yeah.
That's a possible theory.
He's walking around the house with his glass, and he goes, he's like, Nancy, you look weird.
He goes, Nancy, why do you look exactly like Jonah Hill tonight?
He's like, Nancy, you kind of look better than usual.
DePape's got like some
Nancy,
crazy...
your tits are way bigger tonight.
DePape's got like crazy Down syndrome energy in this video.
Oh yeah, but let me look at him. This is hilarious. This is like
retarded.
catching two kids in class, like fucking with each other. They're both wrestling a hammer out of each other's hands at the front door in front of the police. They're wrestling a hammer.
Yeah,
but they're wrestling a hammer in like a way, like it's like a Wedding Crashers scene when he's getting the hand job, where they're like, get away from me, stop it.
They're like, which one of you kids has the whoopee cushion?
Hey, get out of here. Yeah. Who's got the fart machine? All right.
Nope. Hey. What is going on right
I'm
now?
not getting an answer on call.
Oh, why did they shoot him?
In the area needs someone in here.
I got him, Michael.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Let's go back to that.
Hi. Drop.
Look at the Paps. He's got just a lovable
showing,
smile.
His belly's showing.
Drop the hammer. Nope.
He goes, no. Look, he's still grinning.
Why is Pelosi? He's cracking up, it looks like.
Pelosi's having the time of his life.
Yeah.
Pelosi doesn't know what's going on.
Yeah, Pelosi's drunk.
This is the weirdest fucking thing I've ever seen.
Pelosi's just
I've been hammered a lot in my life, and you guys have too, but looking at this, I have never reacted like this to anything.
Yeah, but have you lived the life of the husband of the Speaker of the House,
Imagine
a
what he's
woman that
seen.
has like ruined the country over the course of 80 years?
Yeah.
And you've been making money off of her stock tips, and you're a criminal, and you're a drunk that you got a DUI. He got a DUI like a few months before this. It's just a fucking house full of scumbags.
I can't imagine any combo of drugs or booze that would ever make me react like this to
Why did he not answer the door and immediately make a run for
He's a
it?
Exactly.
He has his hand on the he's probably afraid that guy's going to hit him in the head with the hammer if he doesn't let go of that fucking hammer.
You could
Yeah, but
run
just start- no,
quickly.
or-
There's
or-
cops
or-
right in
he's
front
an
of you,
old
dude.
man, bro.
Keep your grip on the hammer and start
an
walking
old
slowly
man.
toward
Really?
the
He's
cops.
an old man? Those legs look great.
I don't know. He's an old man. And
Look at those
DePape's
gams.
a fucking unit, dude. That guy's huge.
DePape is a fucking fat retard. Are you kidding me?
He's got strength, dude. Imagine the strength.
This is
of DePape.
honestly, you want to know what this video tells me? It just tells me that San Francisco is a pathetic, crime-riddled city, and the cops they can answer the door, and Paul Pelosi could have a guy holding a hammer to him, and the cops are like, we don't want to cause any trouble here. Go ahead and break into any cars you want. Be homeless. Like what? They're being like very. In what other state do the cops answer the door for a politician's husband? And there's a weird guy, and they're wrestling a hammer out of each other's hands, and the cops don't have their gun.
Yeah, exactly. Why don't you pull the fucking gun out?
What the fuck is going on here?
Technically, we can't arrest him until he bashes your brains out with the thing.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, honestly,
They're like, hey, this is San Fran, baby. We love Harvey Milk too. Maybe you guys are. I don't know what's going. The cops are like, hey, maybe they're shoving hammers up each other's asses. Maybe this is fun for them. They like to answer the door for police, like wrestling a hammer out of each other's hands while grinning.
It's a sex party. Hammer sex party.
They're playing grab ass. They answer the door playing grab ass with a hammer. They're just like they answer the door. Look at how adorable they are. They're like horsing around. Paul Pelosi is a complete
grab
retard,
ass.
by the way. Look at these guys playing grab ass.
Yeah, it's like a high school football
He goes-
teacher.
they
You guys
go-
are playing grab ass with the hammer.
They go, put the hammer down. He goes, no.
He goes, come on. He's like,
Drop the hammer.
he's like, you're cute as hell, but please put it down.
Yeah.
DePape goes, he's like grins and goes, no. They might as well literally, David DePape and Paul Pelosi, when they answer the door, they might as well have their fingers in their lips. And they're like, no. Like all sultry. This is the weirdest footage I've ever seen.
Yeah.
Hey.
Hey,
What is going on right
I'm
now?
not getting an answer on call.
Bro, oh shit.
by the way,
What is going on?
Wait till the demonic grunting starts.
oh yeah, he starts immediately, like snoring.
Paul Pelosi got hit in the head with a fucking hammer, dude. That guy's out.
Oh yeah, he's
Yeah,
out.
he's fucking out.
He's
dude.
out.
Maybe he'd already been clocked a couple of times.
Well, his blood's probably as thin as water at this point after all those double vodka sodas.
Also, I love that he held on to his drink throughout the attack.
Yeah, it's very like
What a drunk. What an incredible drunk.
Wait, he still has it?
No, but he was holding it while
yeah,
the guy
yeah.
was hitting him with the
yeah,
hammer.
yeah.
I'm surprised he isn't holding his drink up with one arm.
Yeah, he's
while
like,
the
"Hey, get
guy
outta
is
here."
saying, stab it.
He's like, there's more in the den.
He's like, this is Grey Goose.
He's like, get your own.
He's just
He says, get your own.
Get your damn hammer off me.
DePape, there's enough booze for everybody. DePape. Man, he's out.
Yeah, Paul Pelosi's out. Dude.
Man. And on that day, his stock plummeted. Right, folks? Am I right? Full stock joke, because these people are ruining everybody's lives and stealing from you. We're supposed to give a shit about this. Yeah, it's horrible. I would hate to. It's a horrific video to watch a guy get hit in the head with a hammer, but he's Nancy Pelosi's wife, and I like it.
Yeah, pretty.
I'm into it.
Pretty cool.
I hope David DePape hits every politician's home across America.
I hope they give him the key to the city.
Jesus Christ! I hope it's like Home Improvement. Give him a tool belt. Give him a tool belt. Make him a mercenary of politicians. Just drop him in fucking D.C.
Give me your fucking hand.
They got to double cuff
Give me
this
your
guy.
fucking hand.
Look at his hot ass, DePape. Look at his ass
Give me your
cheeks.
fucking hand.
They're trying not to be horny right now.
No, the cops are gay as hell.
The hot cops just start fucking.
The cops were like wanting to be invited in.
Yeah.
Like, goddamn, I know we should take him to jail technically, but Jesus Christ.
They have those,
see
they have
his
those
ass.
fuzzy.
The cops go, I know we should take him to jail, but did you see that guy's ass?
They blow out fuzzy pink handcuffs.
Oh, you can hit me with a hammer any day of the week.
They're like, don't arrest him. Give him a prostate massage.
Let's search him.
Let's check
search
his
him,
ass.
Ortiz.
We gotta
He
search
might
his
have
ass for
another hammer.
drugs. What if he's got another hammer up there?
Lick his ass, Ortiz. He might have some drugs up there.
Lick his ass, Ortiz. Ortiz is like, why?
He's like, I'm 10 steps ahead of you, brother.
The cop starts rimming Pappy.
Pappy.
Pappy gets a rim job.
Pappy.
The cops one starts rimming fucking Paul Pelosi. The other
They
one
go,
starts
stop
rimming to
squirming to Pappy.
Stop resisting! Stop resisting! Yeah, Paul
Man,
Pelosi's
Paul
out.
Pelosi's out, dude.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I don't know if that's a fart or a.
Airport to
snoring.
10 medics code 3 as well.
Oh, that sucks, dude.
What a crazy noise.
That's what spirit cooking does to you.
I don't know. It sounds like justice to me. Sweet sound of justice.
Hell yeah, brother.
No, it's horrible. Who wants to see an old guy get hit in the head with a hammer? Unless he's Nancy Pelosi's wife.
Yeah,
or
that's pretty
husband.
cool.
In which case, everyone.
In which case, all of us.
That's a big
on
hammer.
the attack of
This
Paul
is the footage
Pelosi,
of,
husband
him-
of
this is DePape
former
breaking
House
in.
Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Look at this. Now remember
I mean, DePape, fresh from REI, he's got his big
on the
bag.
attack of Paul Pelosi, husband of former House
By the
Speaker
way,
Nancy
can
Pelosi.
we talk
the
about
video.
how weird the black women that work for Fox News look? I mean, what type of like weird racial chamber do they put them in that like turns them into like aliens and kind of washes them out? I mean, like Fox News is definitely making this lady take like bleach showers.
Yeah, it looks like the
every-
George Zimmerman.
Before they let her on air, they go, "Did you take your bleach shower? Did you bleach yourself?"
Well, the head of like HR at Fox News, whoever's hiring people, there's definitely somebody going like, okay, let's make sure that their skin is at least like this shade.
Yeah.
And the conversation happens behind the doors, but that's happening. They're like, okay, if we go too dark, we're gonna lose viewers.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
No, I mean, look at her. Have you ever? I mean, this is an alien-like woman.
No, yeah, she's got like the Michael Jackson treatment.
She's going through something, dude. Oh my God.
On the attack of Paul Pelosi, husband of former House Speaker Nancy Pelosi. Look at this.
It's also kind of funny that Fox News is even okay with playing the footage of him breaking in. You'd think that they would just want to not show that because they just want to go like, it was gay sex.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like they don't. It's funny that they have to show that because you think Fox News would just want to be like, no, he didn't break in. It was gay sex.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like they want to go with the fact that it's all been a conspiracy.
I guess they can't quite say it, so they imply it. Did they imply it?
No, I'm saying it's just funny that they're even the fact that they show him break in with the hammer pretty much goes to show that it wasn't. I don't think it was a gay fling. I think the guy was a crazy person that broke in with a hammer. Had they not had footage of a guy breaking in, Fox News would be like, well, the body cam footage is awful weird, isn't it? Doesn't it kind of look like a gay fling gone wrong?
Yeah.
But the fact that they're showing this kind of, Fox News, I guess they just had to do it. I'm in favor of the culture where I wish Fox News pretended this never existed. Keep stoking it. Let's just hurry up with our demise, Let's hurry up with the demise.
Are we sure he knew it was Paul Pelosi's house and it was just some random fucking house he's breaking into? He looks insane. Like, he does not look like he's in his right mind at all.
He was probably peering through windows looking for the hottest guy in town. Finally settled on Pelosi.
It's like a hobo with a pie on the windowsill. He's like floating through the window.
I think he knew it was Paul Pelosi's house. Yeah.
You sure? Okay.
When this all happened, wasn't there? Didn't they say like he had been trying to?
He'd
break
been
in?
talking about internet, like he was like an what's the fucking
alt-right guy?
Nah, the fucking the QAnon guy. He was like a QAnon guy. But I mean, I assume every homeless schizophrenic dude on the street is a QAnon guy.
I think he should be a member of Cute-anon. He's hot.
Now, remember I told you that there were going to be things other than the police body cam.
What's wrong with that? Maybe the door needed maybe the nail was loose.
He's fixing the door.
He's fixing the door. Fixing a hole where the rain gets in, wandering.
I don't know that.
The Beatles song. Fixing a
Devin knows
hole.
Beatles like deep
You don't like the
cuts.
Beatles, you fucking retard?
No, I love the Beatles. What are you talking about? I'm just saying deep cuts.
Fixing
What
a
song?
hole.
What song is that?
Fixing a hole where the rain gets in, wandering through my... I don't know, it's like Ringo. It's like this, you know how they would give Ringo, like they give Ringo like 7 songs occasionally? They'd be like, yeah, throw the retard a bone.
That is a deep cut.
Sing about submarines and octopuses, Ringo.
Wandering, I don't know, whatever.
Would be released. This is the surveillance video.
On. It's Tool time. Let him in. This guy's bringing. He's fresh from Home Depot and he wants to fix the roof, Paul.
Inside the home, and that is the suspect, DePape.
Oh, he's really going to fucking town.
And you see him put some items down. You see him breaking some glass and the fragments of glass.
Jesus Christ!
That are
Also, I love that he's wearing shorts.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's a good move. Yeah. Shorts. It means he doesn't like being hot when he commits when he
wants
tries to kill politicians.
He knows the weather and he knows how to dress.
Yeah.
What more do you want from the guy?
Now, Emily, talk to me about this.
Look at that. That is like The Shining. He is just
crazy.
hammered.
Is that
keep in mind
is that the Poppy or Paul Bunyan?
this suspect is facing federal charges and state at the same time, right? In December, he was indicted.
Hell yeah.
Look at him go.
Penalty,
Look at him get
20 years.
We also have our first look.
Here's the 911 call.
22.
Oh, I guess I told them to say.
3.
Please, 74.
2022.
Oh, I guess I told them to say.
3
What is
and
this?
18 seconds.
This is San Francisco.
He's calling 911. He goes, I'd hold the line if I were you.
Oh, he said that?
No, I'm kidding. He's doing like stock. He's like asking the 911 operator. He's like, I'd keep my money in if I were you. No. It's gonna go up. Don't worry.
It's like Diamond Hand.
Don't worry. It's going up. Anyway, there's a man with a hammer at my house right now.
If I were you, I would seriously invest in a couple of patrol officers at the Pelosi residence.
He goes, real quick, I just want to tell you should invest in hammer stock. But also, there's a man with a hammer in my head.
So, police, do you need help?
Oh, what is the gentleman?
He goes, sorry, I was coming.
Here, just waiting for my wife to come back. Nancy Pelosi.
2:23 and
He's just waiting for her to come back because she's not going to be here for a day, so I guess we'll have to wait.
Oh, he's in fear for his life. He's trying to stay cool on the phone and pretend like he's not talking to cops.
Yeah, the guy's listening and he's saying like just.
Oh, he's pretending like I'm here.
Because the guy's going, "Where's Nancy?"
Right.
Yeah, he's going, "Where's Nancy?" Yeah, he's trying to be cool, and he's like, "My wife's Nancy Pelosi. Please send police officers to my location immediately."
But he's not. Yeah, he can't say it.
Yeah.
0. Okay, do you need police, fire, or medical for anything? 8 seconds.
Yes, you dumb bitch.
I don't think so. I don't think so.
0.
Well, so now it makes no sense.
And 58 seconds.
There's is the Capitol Police around?
2:20.
Whoa.
No,
They usually protect my wife. They're usually here at the house protecting my wife.
No, this is San Francisco Police.
Friday, October.
I understand.
8, 2022.
Okay, well,
0, 24 and
what do you think?
18 seconds.
He's got him on speaker. Yeah.
Yeah, but then if he's on speaker, the guy should know that it's the police.
Well, I think Paul Pelosi's he's doing like a sleuth thing. Have you ever seen Sleuth, where it's like the two guys in the room?
He's very evasive.
This makes no sense.
I don't understand this call at all. What is this? What is going on here?
He called
He
the
mentioned
911.
the police in front of the guy.
Yeah, but DePape is like, put it on speakerphone. I want to make sure the Capitol Police aren't around. When's Nancy going to be back? And then Paul Pelosi's like, I'll figure it out for you. And he's like, no, I don't need police. Are the Capitol Police around here? Like, where's Nancy? Like, all he's trying to figure out. He's just full. It's like a drunk trying to win one over on a schizophrenic. And it just sounds insane.
Maybe.
He thinks everything's good. I've got a problem, but he thinks everything's good.
0,
okay.
20,
Call us back if you change your mind.
I've got a problem.
No. This gentleman just came into the house, and he wants to wait here for my wife to come home.
0, 2,
And so,
4 and 48.
He's trying to explain what's going on without saying it's a bad thing.
Yeah. He's trying to be all
But
cool.
he's like, would you fucking
Sure,
get the
he
hand?
knows the guy is insane, so he's like, I can say this. This is okay. Like, he's so crazy that this will sound like it's okay.
Right.
But I can't say, like, there's an emergency, bring cops.
Why didn't he do the order the pizza trick? Where you call 911 and you go, I need a bad pizza. I need it delivered right now.
Maybe he's so hammered that he can't figure like that out. But there's a much better, more efficient ways to give a coded message to bring cops to the house. But he's probably just fucking hammered.
He's wasted.
Yeah, he's hammered. He's fucking. He's. Well,
he's hammered in two ways that night.
I didn't even mean to do a pun on mine. But it is confirmed that he was drunk, right?
I mean, he's got a glass in his hand.
He had a DUI a few weeks earlier.
He's
I'm
gotta
just
be
gonna go
fucked
with it. Whatever.
Yeah, he's like an old man.
Yeah, you know.
Poor guy. He's got his dress shirt on, his underpants.
Yeah. Poor guy.
Poor guy.
Do you know who the person is?
No, I don't know who he is. He has this. He's telling me not to. He's telling me not to do anything.
What is your address, sir?
26.
2:25.
Good thing they bleeped it
What is
out.
your name?
Seconds.
My name is Paul Pelosi.
He sounds so coherent.
He's like, for the love of God, come here.
He thinks everything ought to, he's telling me to put the phone down and just do what he says.
18 seconds.
Okay?
Okay, what's the gentleman's name?
I don't know. What's that? My name's David. The name is David.
He gets on the line. This is great. This is lovely. This is like a community call. He goes, "My name's David. What's up?"
He goes like that.
What the hell is going on? This is fascinating.
He goes, DePape here. What are you doing?
He goes, "My name's David DePape."
He goes, what's your name? What are you doing tonight?
DePape on the line. Hello.
You rang.
He goes, "Yes." Speaking.
Okay, and who is David?
5.
I don't know. What's that? I'm a friend of theirs. Yeah, he says he's a friend, but as I said, I've never.
But you don't know who he is?
25
No, ma'am.
Man, David DePape's doing some amateur shit right now.
Okay.
He's telling me I'm being very leading, so I got to stop talking to you, okay?
25 and
Okay. You sure I can stay on the phone with you just to make sure everything's okay?
No, he wants me to get that off the phone.
0 to 20.
Okay.
Okay.
Everyone involved here is
Thank you.
Okay.
I mean, the 911 operator's a complete dunce.
Well, no, they like congratulated the 911 operator. Our 911 operator is sending cops to him like immediately. I think they knew that.
Any 911 call, they basically send.
Don't they send the cop anyway?
They send them no matter what.
Yeah.
So now she should realize, like, oh, there's something here. This guy's possibly captive. Let me say this, this, and this because I don't want to cause any alarm and get this guy, beaten to death.
Talk about a
I mean,
butt dial.
it's Nancy Pelosi's husband. You think they'd send like the SWAT team immediately or something?
That's what I'm wondering. I guess maybe it's a strategy to pull
just
up
two cops.
to pull up to the house and not like just immediately be like, because then they think he'll just kill Paul Pelosi.
Yeah,
but so they knock on the door all casually. But that's what's confusing me. I'm like, how come there's no gun involved? Like, what the fuck is going on?
I think both of these guys were all of a sudden faced with reality. I think DePape was faced with the reality that he's here to kill someone and he doesn't have it in him to do it with a fucking hammer cold-blooded. So he's like letting Paul Pelosi like play around with him or whatever and just like see what he can get away with. And he really wanted to kill Nancy, but she wasn't there. And then like Paul Pelosi's like wasted and just trying to figure everything out and be like, like try to like win over fucking what's-his-face DePape.
He did all right. I just don't understand him answering the door and not running right out the front door.
Yeah.
There's so many. This is the most confusing fucking thing.
I've never seen anything like this. It's as if these people are satanic demons that run the world and we'll never know what they're truly up to.
That's right, Devi.
It's actually so weird that I'm now starting to go like they might be Satan.
They're Satan. They're Satan worshippers. This is what happens. Paul Pelosi sticks his cock into Satan's den every night. Like if they still fuck. Like Nancy Pelosi's pussy is full of bats. I'm sure. I bet there's fucking, those things you ever go into a cave and there's like the bat dung hanging, like stalagmites. I bet it's just horrific in there.
The bugs from the mummy crawl out and start running into your mouth.
These are demonic human beings that unfortunately deserve a maniac like David DePape to. Let's watch this video anyway. I've already said enough on this. We have a video from a long time ago that I was worried would get taken
They
off.
initially didn't have any idea.
Oh, by the way, this guy got in a ton of trouble for telling the fucking truth when this initially happened.
Did Gus Fring here?
Yeah, Gustavo got fired from Pollos Hermanos after reporting the news. No, this guy, people hated this guy because he reported that Paul Pelosi answered the door and didn't run. And everyone was like, that's bullshit. You're a fucking asshole.
It's so weird that he didn't run.
So strange.
The door. If I answer the door, I'd be screaming like, help me! Like, don't fucking, like, you know what I mean?
The minute I answer the door, why is my hand trying to wrestle the hammer from the guy? Just slip away and fucking dart at the cops.
Yeah.
Let's say that he was playing possum during the 911 call all the way leading up until the police arrived at the door. If that's what he was doing, once you see the police, you can stop playing possum.
Yeah.
So he There's something very strange.
That's what's so weird. He did he actually was amazing. He handled it perfectly.
Yeah.
The guy wasn't being violent with him. He called the cops and the guy's a retard and let him call the cops and he gave his address.
Exactly.
He got away with it. He probably offered him a drink. He had a drink. He's like, take your pants off, whatever you like. And everything was great. And then he fucked up at the 1 yard line.
So that's what makes no sense.
He fumbled the ball. The cops answered the door. The cops are just like, what's up? They're not like, if they had guns on him, I get you can't run at him.
Maybe he had his head already smashed in, and so he was concussed.
Well, the thing is, he's got to be, are you willing to risk that you slipping away is going to save, DePape's got a hammer and he's got a wingspan, bro.
No.
DePape's a big boy.
He's a big boy. He's got a wingspan. Are you willing to risk that? Like, if you had a hammer on me,
yeah,
I don't know if I'd risk like
It would
trying
be
to
so
break
easy.
away.
Let me just say
the
you have a
cops
hammer.
answered your front door.
You have a hammer, and we're kind of playfully just like you have the hammer.
No, you have it in the other hand. I'm going
Unfortunately, John's really
like this. Use
used
the
to
microphone.
this.
Yeah, I'm getting bludgeoned every weekend.
No, yeah. So
By homos.
Devin's the cops.
And I walk in,
I'm
go-
going like, thanks for coming, guys.
I go,
Thank you.
First off, I go, who the fuck answered the door? I go,
Wait, am I DePape?
Hold on,
Yeah,
let's
you're DePape.
reenact it.
I'm
First
DePape.
off,
Okay,
first off,
so-
I'm a cop, and I'm
So
a
I
cop,
got-
and in this situation,
Joey, I got in this.
in this situation, the cop should go, hey,
You're a 7-year-old man. By the way.
I go, hey, how the fuck did this door just open?
I go, I don't know. Listen, I don't know. I'm already getting closer to you. I go, and then I do that.
Yeah,
and
you
then-
do that and run
now
at me.
in less than a second, I'm behind the cops.
But like, what if I grab your sweater and hit you?
Well, at
Like,
least
you know what I mean?
He
Like,
still got hit. He got hit in his own home. At least
yeah, he
make
made
a
the
run
wrong
for the
move.
door.
He made the wrong move, and also
At
I mean,
least
the
Goes
cop
to
should
show
have-
he's a
I'm closer
coward.
to the cops.
He's an unpatriotic coward.
He would have let the terrorists
Can't
win,
even
dude.
make a run at the cops. The cops aren't that retarded. They know who the home invader is, and they know who the guy that lives there is.
I think he was hoping the cops would immediately be like, get on the ground,
How
but
many
they
old
didn't.
men with their pants off are breaking into homes?
Exactly.
And how many men with hoodies and shorts on holding a hammer are like, no, I live in this $5 million home in San Francisco.
The cops are like, we're trying to figure out what's going on right now.
We're just trying to figure out who the homeowner is. You Paul Pelosi?
Who's the aggressor here?
Who's the aggressor here? Is it the old man with his pants off holding a drink?
Or is it
fat
the homeless
retard.
man with a hammer?
Or is it the weird stinky man with a hammer and a backpack and cargo shorts?
It's bizarre.
Strange. So strange.
I'm very confused.
I'm like,
It's weird.
I'm fascinated in this.
This is the strangest
I'm playing
thing
devil's
I've-
advocate, by the way. I do think they were having gay sex. I'm just putting that out there.
I think gay sex
Why would he
happened.
break in like that, though?
Just because it was a kinky thing.
You think it's a kink?
It's a kinky thing.
No, I think
Paul Pelosi's like, break the back door.
he's like, I want you to break 2 back
He's like,
doors
fuck
tonight.
that back door up. Oh yeah, I hate that fucking
Paul,
back
it's like
door.
that. It's like body heat. He's sitting on the other end of the fucking glass, just staring at the DePape, and DePape's fucking smashing it
Yeah.
down.
You think he's
Paul
watching him?
Pelosi's beating
he's
off.
jacking off, watching him
He's
break
like,
in like it's The Shining.
yeah.
He's like, say where's Nancy when you enter. If you say where's Nancy, that really makes me hard.
Let's call the cops this time.
Let's call them and let's pretend it's a weird hostage situation.
Hit me with a hammer.
Then when they show up, bludgeon me.
Maybe the Capitol Police will come.
you're saying that was like a donkey punch.
Yeah, I think it was a donkey punch. He was just like the cops weren't supposed to enter. They were supposed to be like, all right, we don't want to see this. And they closed the door.
DePape. Donkey punch.
So now I never connected the dots on that. But so I see there's a possible situation where they've been meeting every Thursday night to do donkey punch gay sex.
What if he's known around town? Like you ask homeless people, they go, "Who? David Donkey Punch DePape?"
He does like the best donkey punches in the world.
They go, "Oh, that motherfucker good." There's all these.
But Pelosi's so twisted, he's like, I can't even come from this anymore. He goes, we need a hammer.
They
son.
go, David Donkey Punch DePape worked under Harvey Milk for years in this city.
He goes, Donkey Punch DePape can't even make me come anymore.
Donkey Punch DePape.
Somebody, okay, I don't know. I guess either give him a hammer or maybe I'll never come again, because I don't know. At this point, I don't know.
All the homeless people are all pissed off. Like he's out.
He's out the game.
Yeah, like he's out the game. They're like, I guess some people had to go all Hollywood, like DePape.
The price of the brick's gone up now that DePape is incarcerated.
I guess David Donkey Punch DePape had to get all elite on us. guess I'm not good enough to fuck in the ass with a hammer. He's gotta go fuck Nancy Pelosi's husband.
I guess I gotta be in the Illuminati to get a pop off.
Get a pop off. Oh, this fancy smancy's going to Bohemian Grove.
Look at Gus Fring here.
Look at him go.
He's like, I have heard that David DePape is. I'm just trying to do it. You don't break it.
I got
There's no point in doing it for you. You fucking. Can we make real quick?
I'm disassociating right
No,
now. If I'm
please.
about to get into why haven't you watched Breaking Bad again?
No, I'm not going to say why.
Why?
I'm going to ask you to do something for me as a friend.
Okay. Shoot.
Will you watch at least, please, in the next year with me? I'll watch it with you. Will you watch Breaking Bad?
Yeah, sure.
Will you watch The Sopranos first?
Well, we're watching fucking Last of Us first.
Yeah, that's a hunk of it's good, but it's a hunk of shit. It's a video game. It's a video game, John.
When we're done,
it's not a real
like
show.
I do like
It's really
Last of Us.
it's really good. It's really good. Yeah, it's
yeah,
really
when we're
good.
done, I'll do whatever you want.
Johnny,
No.
you need to watch.
You really
I'll
need
watch
this
it.
summer. You're gonna watch The Sopranos with me, and then we're gonna watch Breaking Bad.
Okay.
Please.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah,
like
I'd love
it's
to.
actually ridiculous that you're spending your time. You will devote all your time to watching The Last of Us and not those shows.
Well, I mean, just because Last of Us is premiering now, it's just more like exciting. It's like
well,
every Sunday.
why do you watch shows like that and not the greatest shows of all time?
I would love to watch Sopranos with the #1 Sopranos guy. You know, I've told you I watch it with you before.
Yeah.
You haven't.
I have.
Last of Us right now. We have to watch that.
We
Let's
have to.
finish
It's on
that.
right now. It's
Yeah,
fun.
it's
I'm into it.
Yeah,
but I'm
every
just
Sunday
saying,
we hang out.
It's not even. It's not even close. I mean,
Get snacks.
Oh, it's not even close,
Not
but
even
it's
close
fun
to
and
any
new.
show.
Yeah, I'll watch it. Yeah, turn on
It's not
the.
even close to Succession or I mean.
Oh, it'll be fun. We'll be all hot up there. We'll have our fucking.
I got AC.
Oh,
I got AC now. Well, I don't have. It's just a unit in the corner.
Yeah, I remember that unit. Yeah, we'll watch.
You
we'll
remember
watch
that? I know you fuck it a lot.
Hey, fuck Devin's air
Fuck my air
conditioner. What the
conditioner.
fuck did you just do?
Oh my god! Guys, look, we're in a weird LSD trip. There's a million Gus Frings on the screen.
It's a mirror universe.
What was going on? They knew they had a high priority call on their hand. What was unclear, what was happening inside the property just behind me.
They was fucking.
This morning, Paul Pelosi is home, back at the house that became a crime scene a week ago today.
I gotta say, Paul Pelosi, handsome old man, kind of looks like a classic actor. Doesn't he look like an old? He looks kind of like a classic actor.
Yeah,
sort of like Elliot Gould.
Better looking than Elliot Gould, I'd say.
I don't know.
He looks kind of like Falk. What's the guy? Peter Falk.
Sure.
You know.
Week ago today, NBC News learning new details about the moments police arrived. Sources familiar with what
I gotta say, this is like my favorite case ever, probably.
This is my new favorite case.
I mean, after OJ, it was funny when it first we
This ain't
heard
gonna be a
about
case,
it.
buddy.
This footage makes it my favorite case.
That footage is amazing, dude. I'm gonna watch that. When we get drunk tonight at Joey's, Joey and I are gonna like.
I'm gonna get a fucking whiteboard and start going like, okay, DePape breaks in at this time, and then he goes like, okay, this is how. Why was Pelosi behaving like this at this time?
No, I know, and they go, and his underwear was Calvin Klein. What does that have to do?
Fruit of the Loom or Calvin Klein?
You have the red string and the fucking maps.
So DePape was wearing Fruit of the Loom.
Yeah.
So that means he's a pay grade lower.
And DePape, it's unsure if he was wearing underpants because his butt crack was out in the open at the end there when the demonic grunting started. When that cop was rimming DePape.
Yeah, I mean, let's be honest. The worst part is he's got to cut away from the video after the old man starts snoring.
Yeah, that's actually
hard to listen to.
You know what's funny?
No one likes it.
I hated that. Actually,
no one likes
I kind
that.
of liked
Nobody
it
likes
because it
that.
reminded me of Animaniacs when a guy got hit in the head and then started snoring.
Well, it's just like no matter how evil or how adjacent to evil an old guy is, old people are just adorable.
And this is why you'll never,
you know?
we'll never,
like
we'll
even
never
when
be
they
part
would
of the
like even when
revolution.
they arrested the Golden State Killer and he had murdered 60 fucking people and broken into homes all for his whole life and he was a cop and he was a maniac but when they wheeled him into that courthouse, you were kind of just like, nah, that poor guy.
Somebody make him.
You mean the big rapist?
Yeah, you were just like, ah, that poor guy. I mean, he's old. His bones hurt.
Yeah, I
Let him be.
Have you ever seen the Devil Next Door? About the man who used to torture Jews at Auschwitz.
Yes.
Oh,
when they
shit.
arrest him in Cleveland or whatever, he was a Nazi.
Yes, and then you see him though,
and you go, "Come on, dude, he's old. He's got wrinkles."
You go, "Why is he so cute though?"
He's adorable. I want to pinch his cheeks.
Yeah. Yeah, the old Nazi.
An old guy like that, I'm like, all right, before you arrest him, can I buy him some groceries? And
like, is he okay?
Can I take his groceries to his car for him before you arrest this Nazi?
You got let him hug his damn grandkids real quick.
He's fucking 80. I think like after 65, you should be acquitted of all crimes.
Well, they did that for Vincent
because you're adorable. Now.
They did that for Vincent Patriarca, that mob boss in Providence. They didn't let him he was so old and he had like insane heart issues. he like wouldn't stand. He was too
They were just like,
medically
"Ah,
unable to
forget it."
stand trial or whatever.
Yeah.
But like I think they do it sometimes. But if you're like a Nazi serial killer, I think they just should blow your brains out.
I'm kidding. Take a fucking
I would
bet.
love to.
What a hero John is.
Wow, John, thanks.
I'm
We
anti-Nazi
get it.
war criminal.
Oh, we get it. You're the good guy on the podcast.
Because if you were lopping Jews into a furnace, I say you should be punished.
John goes, call me crazy.
Call me crazy, but no. I think Paul Pelosi deserved to get hit in the head with it.
I do too.
A feral homosexual.
Yeah. Yeah.
Feral. That's maybe the original sinister queer.
Feral homosexual meets dark queer.
Feral.
It's like Alien versus Predator.
The feral homosexual versus the sinister queer.
The sinister queer leads him back to the Outlook Hotel.
Dana White's like running. Dana White is organizing the fight. UFC 293.
It's like a labyrinth.
In the Pelosi residence, now revealing when officers responded to the high priority call, they were seemingly unaware they'd been called to the home of the Speaker of the House. After a knock and announce, the front door was opened by Mr. Pelosi. The 82-year-old did not immediately declare an emergency or try to.
He was walking pretty well.
He's trying. He's literally just trying to survive.
All right, I actually feel bad now for making.
Why? He's a fucking scumbag.
Yeah, he's a scumbag. But
Fuck you.
But like I said, you heard my rule. I think.
Yeah.
Maybe,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
yeah.
up it after 77.
You can't bash their brains out with that.
After 77, no matter what you did in your life, you're now an adorable old man, and you shouldn't. No problems.
Imagine being that guy.
Because you didn't get caught till 77.
What'd they do to Whitey Bulger in prison? Didn't they like cut his tongue out and like gouge his eyeballs out and shit?
Really?
Yeah, dude, it's horrific. They beat him with a padlock to death, but they gouged his eyes out and cut his tongue out. Yeah, I think so. They really fucked
All right,
Whitey Bulger
enough
up.
of Paul. We're going to watch some Whitey.
You didn't know about this? You know Whitey Bulger got caught?
I knew they got caught. Joey and
Do
I
you know
used
how
to,
he got caught?
Joey and I had a drink at the place he used to drink at one time.
You know how he got caught?
I do know how he got caught. He went to The Departed.
Yes? No. His girl snitched on him, I think. She dry snitched on him.
I don't believe
They
so.
had an argument.
He was witness going to The Departed, and somebody recognized
The
him.
movie?
Yeah.
Wow. That was a while ago.
Yeah.
No, I'm pretty sure they like gouged his eyes out and cut his tongue out or something because he's an FBI
The
informant.
notorious Boston crime
Look at
boss,
that cute
James
little man.
Whitey Bulger is
Look at him. He looks like
Cute
one of
little
those.
baby.
He looks like a snow baby
He does.
with a beard.
Let him be.
dead.
I'm getting
One
the
day
cowboy
after being
kiss.
transferred to a federal prison in West Virginia. His death is being investigated as a homicide. Several news
Yep.
organizations, including the Boston Globe, reported he was murdered in prison today by inmates
Rubbing his
associated
nose
with the
again.
mob.
Did you see that?
Bulger,
Yeah.
who for years was one of America's
what'd you
most
say?
wanted
I was rubbing my. I was rubbing
the nose.
I was rubbing
doing
crap
that
off
to
of my
somebody.
computer screen, and Joey said I'm being gay for Whitey Bulger. What a lovely young man! Look at that guy. Doesn't it look like one of the guys in the last photo in The Shining?
Yeah, he doesn't look like he's going to crowbar you over a vending machine.
ran gambling and drug rackets across Boston for decades. He was an FBI informant as well.
It's pretty cool he was
Bulger
killed by the
was on
mafia.
run for 16
He was?
years.
Yeah, he's killed by people connected to the mob.
In
That's
prison?
pretty- oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, you
I didn't
can't
even
be
know
a-
that still existed. Really? Like
Oh, they'll
that.
do it, dude.
Before he was eventually
They got
caught
Epstein
and
that way.
convicted in 2013 of
The
participating.
mafia killed Epstein.
Yeah, remember his cellmate was that weird Guido?
Yeah. But,
Yeah. Who like had mob ties and shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hold on. Let me
Ooh, Joey's taking his
move
pee-pee.
aside for you, pal.
Go, Joey, go. This is Joey's pee-pee intermission.
His peep. You gotta go peep is so diminishing. Saying a grown man has to go pee-pee.
This is Joey's tinkle,
really demeaning.
tinkle intermission.
You gotta go wee-wee, Joey?
He's got to go pee-pee.
Jojo?
Joey's got to go pee-pee. He might make a poo-poo.
Should we?
Keep playing,
Joey
bud.
loves this type of
Fuck
shit.
it.
11
No, he misses
murders
out.
in the 1970s and 80s. Emily Rooney of public station
No,
WGBH
God,
in
Jesus
Boston
Christ.
has
Is
long
anybody named?
covered
Is everybody
Bulger
named
and his
Rooney
crimes
like
since
whale-eyed
she
or
joined
something? What's
Queen
going on?
Everyone named
Emily
Rooney has to start looking like Mickey Rooney.
Started slowly transforming into a human callus.
They all turn into the wrestler.
Thank you for talking with us. What is known about how he died? Well, he was only in the new prison. He had come up from
She
Florida.
goes, he was raped to death.
I love prison deaths. They're fascinating.
Yeah.
Like Dahmer was beaten with a bar, like a steel bar. But apparently,
I thought Dahmer was electrocuted. I thought he was killed by the
no,
system.
he was in the showers. He was at that point in his life. He was accepting God, but he had said that
What
he
does
was
that
like
mean, accepting God?
he was like accepting that God exists or something. This is okay. I could be completely wrong, but I'm pretty sure he was talking to a priest at that point in his life, but the priest, he was having a struggle because he was like accepting God, but he was also like I'm a horrible person. I deserve to die. Like Dahmer was like under the impression that he deserved to die at that point. So when they beat him with a bar in the showers, they beat him to death, and he apparently like welcomed it. He like let them do it. It was,
Really?
yeah, it's kind of sad in a way, but
No,
it's like
no, not at all.
I mean, yeah, but it's weird. It's pathetic. It's like a guy just letting anytime someone just it's just a pathetic thing. I don't know. Just there's
How did it go down? Like, how did you?
We can look up on Wikipedia. I think he just people were always after him.
He
He's
just
fucking
kind of
Dahmer.
he just kind of was like, go ahead.
Yeah, I heard he was like, let me see, Jeffrey Dahmer.
Interesting.
I'll look it up real quick. Yeah, let's pause it for Joey. Hold on. Jeffrey Dahmer. All right. Oh, and were we watching that episode of the First 48 or Cold Case Files where they think he killed like an 8-year-old boy in fucking Florida?
Yes.
Yeah, that was cool.
Adam.
No, not cool. That was weird.
That was sick.
That was sick, dog.
No, what was the? It was the kid that had his the guy John
America's
Walsh's
Most
kid.
Wanted, Adam Walsh.
Adam Walsh, the guy that created No. Adam Walsh was the name of the kid, right?
Okay, well,
John, are you listening?
Yeah, I'm trying to look up Jeffrey Dahmer's
okay, well, you
death.
can do two things at once. All right, what do you?
I
come
can't.
on.
It's hard. They thought he cut the
Who
kid's head off.
created America's Most Wanted? Let's set it
The
up
Walsh
for
guy.
the listener.
The Walsh guy.
His name is like John Walsh.
John
right?
Walsh. I don't know what his fucking name
So
is.
the guy that created America's Most Wanted, he had a kid named Adam Walsh, and his kid was
kidnapped,
strangled,
and then his head was cut
and
off.
his head was chopped off.
Yeah.
And then that's why he went on to create America's Most
Jeffrey
Wanted.
Dahmer at the time lived 20 minutes away from where the site of the kidnapping, and it was people said at the site of the kidnapping, this like retard admitted to doing it, and he was also already in prison, and they kind of accepted that was the guy who killed Adam Walsh. But at the time, Jeffrey Dahmer lived 20 minutes away, and then worked for a company that had blue vans as their service vehicle, and people at the scene said they saw a tall blonde man loading a kid into a blue van. Now, the thing is people said Jeffrey Dahmer, there was an interview where Jeffrey Dahmer's like, I've told you everything.
He's like I did.
He's like, why would I not tell
it.
you? But the thing is like, all of Jeffrey Dahmer's victims were adults. So maybe could have been some shame in him, or he's like, I'm not going to admit to this kid.
I'm not going to admit to the kid.
I'm going to admit to the kid.
That's possible. Honestly, there was like a lot more evidence pointing at Dahmer than there was at that like hick that like that turned himself in. But like couldn't read, because there was a guy that turned himself in and was like literally mentally retarded, but said he did it.
There's two guys fighting over it.
But then there was two guys fighting over credit.
There's two guys being like, no, I killed that.
No, there was two complete retards that were fighting over the credit of who killed this kid, and neither of them. The cops let both of them go because they were like, they don't.
Well, they eventually
stories
accepted one
didn't-
guy, and because they found like they took luminol in his fucking car and found blood and shit in the back of it, and
maybe he did.
But here. So on July 3rd, a fellow inmate attempted to slash Dahmer's throat with a razor embedded in a toothbrush. It didn't work. Dahmer's family, according to Dahmer's family, he had long been ready to die and accepted any punishment he might endure in prison. Basically, he was left unsupervised in the showers with two other guys for 20 minutes. And then he was discovered on the floor of the bathrooms, suffering extreme head wounds. He'd been severely bludgeoned in the head and face with a 20-inch metal bar. And he was still alive, but he died 2 days later. So, I think these guys, I think Dahmer just had a target on his back, bro.
I mean, low key,
I'd like to think Jeffrey Dahmer had a target on his back.
But say you're in prison, you're there for life without parole, and you're like, fuck it, I'll kill Dahmer.
Yeah, of course.
He deserves it.
Totally.
I'm going to beat him to death with a hammer.
Yeah. All right.
Slashing his throat in a chapel's pretty cool.
Let's do a little Whitey stuff, and then we'll head over to the Patreon
page.
To West Virginia, less than 24 hours. He was still in his wheelchair. I have heard some reports that he was
My name's
surrounded
Emily
by a
Rooney,
mob
and I'm
of
who
gang
Mickey
of
Rooney
people
modeled
who
his face
viciously
after.
beat him. I can't corroborate that, but
All
that's
the
what I've
Rooneys
heard.
look like us.
Says something about
This is just what happens when you're a Rooney.
We don't know why, but all Rooneys look like this.
So he was in a wheelchair and he was surrounded by a gang of men. And then I think they bludgeoned him to death.
So the
Who? Bulger?
Bulger.
The prison's just, they know this will happen, right? They just kind of let
he's
it
a rat.
happen.
Yeah, that's the crazy
No,
thing.
but like the people that run the prison, they're just like, yeah, like, don't they know? Like, aren't there some criminals where they know that everyone will kill them, so they don't let them out?
You think they put him in the shoe?
So why did they let Whitey Bulger just be wheeling around the
They knew what would
community?
happen.
They're just letting him wheel around the community day room like he's playing murder ball, and then they just fucking bludgeon him to death. Why are they letting Whitey just like race around?
Bunch of
Because they kind of want, they're like okay with him dying. Right?
Guards are smart. They're with these prisoners every day. They understand, like, oh, here's what these guys are. Here's what they're affiliated with. These gangs. Here's what these guys hate. They know that if Whitey Bulger comes to their jail, they're like, oh, these guys are gonna hate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So by putting them with Whitey, yeah, they know
coordinate.
they know what they're doing.
Right? Yeah.
That federal prison. He had a
It may say more than that, too. It may say that they had transferred him there for a different reason, and there was somebody there waiting for him.
Also, Whitey Bulger was more hated, right, because he was an FBI informant.
Yeah.
Like, these guys in prison wouldn't have done that to him if he had just been Whitey Bulger.
He was
his
an
whole life
intense rat.
and just got caught.
He was a snitch.
He was a massive snitch,
Yeah.
right?
Of course, that's why they
and
did it.
also murdered tons of people.
Oh no,
Yeah.
nobody killed him for being a killer.
No,
they did
no.
it because he was a snitch.
Yeah.
They don't know. You know, a lot of questions.
But wasn't he a snitch for a really long time?
A long ass time.
Yeah, but
Like Wall being in the mafia?
He
But
wasn't in the
nobody
mafia.
knew.
He was like a crony.
nobody knew that he was a snitch until he became a fugitive, and that's why he left Santa Monica.
Okay, gotcha. Man, I wish that Black Mass movie with Johnny Depp was better. That movie sucked.
I thought it was okay.
Movie was a
Really?
It sucked.
That movie was mafia
It
porn.
sucked
The
bad.
whole movie was just people taking guys out of trunks and walking them into a field and being like, "No, we're not going to hurt you, buddy. We're not going to hurt you." And then they just blow his brains out as he fucking, begs for his life. The whole movie was just like, guys getting shot in the head. There was no movie.
I thought Johnny Depp did a good job in it, though.
Yeah, he was fine if there was a
Yeah.
movie around it. They had the whole thing where it was
Well,
like the two guys that were the two cops that were tracking him were in high school together with Whitey, and they were all
Yeah.
friends. They did nothing with that storyline.
That one guy's accent was insane too. The guy who tongue like this, like you remember that
Yeah,
guy? It was
yeah.
insane.
Oh,
you
it
want
was
you want to hear what they did? to him?
Irish minstrel show.
He's like eating a big potato.
Yeah, it was a
quickly.
fucking Mick Cooning.
They basically found Bulger in a wheelchair, beaten to death by multiple inmates armed with a sock wrap padlock and a shiv. His eyes had nearly been gouged out and his tongue almost cut off. The law enforcement official described
Wow.
Bulger as unrecognizable.
Jesus fuck.
Yeah.
Wow. Do you think they made sure he was alive as they cut his tongue out and shit like that, like as a
Probably.
torture technique?
I no, I
Or
think
maybe they
that
did that post-mortem.
the tongue thing is like it's the known. You're a snitch. You spoke. Your tongue is how you
Oh,
speak.
right.
What you see, your
Yeah.
eyes are getting gouged out. Like
By the way, where do they get this amount of time in prison to do that without guards running at them?
The guards were clearly.
They
looking
obviously
the
look
other way.
away, and the guards are like, "I'm on lunch."
Yeah, the guards.
pretty fitting
definitely.
end for Whitey Bulger.
Yeah,
A real live by the sword, die by the
He
sword.
probably
kind
knew
of
it was
thing.
coming.
Yeah,
he probably.
he was a racist dude. What if his name was Blackie Bulger? Then I'd be pissed if this. happened.
Imagine the shit he was lobbying at those Italians while they were doing it too.
Yeah. Also, Italians invented this
Like,
shit.
you fucking whop.
Shut up, you Mick.
You can't stab.
Stop
Hatta.
trying to be like the Itais.
Yeah, I mean, he was a big. I don't know. Yeah, apparently he was a lot more pathetic than like that Black Mass movie portrayed him to be. He was just kind of like a
Oh, really?
Yeah, he was just a crony. There was no Irish mafia ever. He was just like a fucking gang
What?
leader.
Yeah, there was.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't the way the Italian mafia in.
Well, yeah, they had the
Yeah,
they had the
yeah.
code and the
They were-
omerita. Irish mafia was more just like criminals.
Yeah, Whitey
that had
Bulger
a
was
gang,
doing
right?
like extortion. That's what he did. He owned a bunch of vending machines and extorted people at local businesses.
That's what the Italian mafia did too, but it was just more organized.
Well, the
And there
Italian
was
mafia was
5 families.
Yeah, but the Italian mafia was knocking over fucking armored trucks and shit and breaking into stuff and taking big crimes. Like they were doing big crimes,
Oh no,
big white collar crimes.
In Boston, they're the kings of knocking over armored trucks.
Yeah.
Well, I'm just saying, it's like it's all when you boil
The
it down,
Italian
petty
mafia.
crime.
The best.
Yeah, but then
Bellissimo.
and then Ronald Reagan destroyed them with RICO charges, and they started ratting on each other.
The drugs. Yeah, drugs killed them off, These guys couldn't take the time because they started selling coke and heroin and shit.
Remember that guy we met in New Orleans?
Yeah.
The fucking civil RICO charge.
That guy was amazing,
that guy rocked.
dude. That fucking lawyer.
Yeah, I gotta have that omelet. It's the best fucking thing on the menu.
Yeah.
That was like a I wish I could just like replay that moment in my life.
I wish we could go back to that morning. It was such a great...
It was a great, beautiful
Our
morning.
time in New Orleans was some of the most fun I've ever had in my life.
Just
honestly.
a beautiful little walk down that street.
I have footage of you with a black homeless guy that could tank your entire life.
It's good footage.
It's really funny, and all of our listeners would genuinely be like, "Oh, that's fine," but you're being a little wild.
I'm getting a little gnarly.
You're saying a few words.
Well, he was okay with it, you know.
He was a black dude, and he was okay with it, but it was very funny.
He loved it.
David, our friend David.
I knew him as Chicago. Devin was like, "No, that's his slave name. His name's David."
I kept saying, "Stop calling."
Devin would get so insulted.
We were blackout drunk.
I feel like Chicago. Devin's like, "His name's David." I was like, "Shut the fuck up."
All right, let's finish this real quick.
Started on this criminal path.
These two
from
old
a
white
very
ladies talking about
early age.
Whitey
Tell us
Bulger.
about his career.
He was
Scary
a criminal at age.
This is like this is Dick Cheney if he didn't get into politics.
Yeah.
He was robbing convenience stores. He dropped out of school.
Just him swerving on a road in Montana.
Yeah.
At the age of 14. He ran a criminal enterprise for decades and decades. He had this charm and this sort of appeal that he lured people into his net, including women. He often had 2 or 3 women going at a time. He took that one on the road with him, but he tried to take the other one with him first, and she gave up and came home, and then he took Catherine Gregg on the road with him.
Cool fucking people.
I mean, he sounds awesome.
Hunter S. Thompson.
They look really cool to me.
Over what period of his life, and how did that develop?
Well, in 1975, he became an informant. What had happened was
damn, dude, he was an informant for like 40 years.
Yeah.
That's why he was getting away with stuff for so long.
Yeah, right.
Italian mafia. In order to do so, they enlisted the help of the Winter Hill Gang, which was run by Whitey Bulger and all of his associates. They figured they'll turn a blind eye to rackets and numbers and some of the, busting, machines and that kind of stuff. But they also turned a blind eye to 19 murders. And then in
he just kept killing
1995, FBI
it was really fucked up.
He had
that cute little baby.
The FBI were bringing him people to kill. Like, it was crazy.
What'd you say?
The FBI were bringing him people to kill at certain points. They're like bringing him people that had snitched on him, like to Whitey Bulger. It was crazy.
But real quick, beyond that, can we talk about how adorable this guy is?
Oh, just a little cutie pie. Is that Whitey?
Look at him. Look at him.
Good little enforcer or something?
Imagine him with a newspaper.
Is that French from The Departed?
Frenchie.
Another county house.
And was in the FBI, tipped him
One
off
too many.
that he was about to be indicted. But John Connolly has always contended to this day, he was one of the guys.
Reliable.
He was part of the team.
They felt funny.
And he feels like he took the fall for
Francis,
something that
you really
happened
got
at
a
much
problem.
higher level at the FBI.
You mentioned murders. I mean, he killed people with his own hands.
Oh, yes. And then he
What
took
is this
naps
channel
afterwards.
where
He
it's
killed
like
at
all
least 2
women over 80
what's
years
going
old?
on?
The
And,
View
Deborah
Mafia
Davis,
edition.
He was only convicted of one of those murders, but then he
Look
would
at that
pull
guy's
their
eyes,
teeth out
dude.
and bury the remains so that they couldn't be as easily identified. We didn't have DNA testing back then.
But the story of his life, I mean, it's
Man,
been
he pulled
made
their
into
teeth out and
movies,
shit.
Documentaries, about him. He'll be remembered.
Sounds like a good
for all
guy.
of this.
Wants
And
to
the woman
donate
who was
the
with him
teeth.
at the end, she's still serving time.
So Catherine
People
Gregg
need
is
teeth.
still serving
People
time.
need
she
teeth.
was sentenced to a fairly minimum number of years.
He's
like
an organ
7 or 8,
donor.
but
So
she
what they're
refused
saying
to
is Whitey Bulger was an
cooperate
organ
with some
donor.
detail
He donated his
about,
eyes and his
other
tongue.
informants or where money was hidden, something like that. I can't remember the details of that. And she accepted
Jesus.
more
Oh
time
my
in
God.
prison as
God.
a result. So she's still, I believe, she's in a federal prison somewhere locally, I believe.
But what a legacy
Yikes.
he has.
Can you imagine the
Didn't
end
she
of
have
this?
sex
I should
with
say, by the way,
Sylvester
that
Stallone
none
in
of
the
victims
80s?
in the greater Boston area are lamenting this at all. They're cheering, they're popping champagne tonight, but this is not the way his life should have ended. And
What?
the federal government.
What?
has
The
got
fuck
some
you talking
What
about,
do you mean,
Rooney?
lady?
Emily Rooney
You
with
dumb bitch.
WGBH. We thank
Yeah,
you.
this is the only way his
President
life
in
should
West
have
Virginia
ended.
remains on lockdown tonight as the search continues for the killer of Whitey Bulger. The Boston gangster was dead within hours of arriving at that prison in West Virginia.
He was only there for like
Early
a couple
signs
hours?
point
He was
to
there
a
for
career
45 minutes
killer
before his tongue
who
was
hated
cut out.
rats. Well, not from Nick Batiste.
The reputed mobster's early morning death was quick and so violent, it was reported that the 89-year-old was unrecognizable. The suspect, a mafia hitman, Freddie Giaz. The Boston Globe says Giaz is one of two inmates under investigation.
He looks like one of the guys Tiger
gouging
King
out
banged.
Bulger's eyes while beating him in his cell Tuesday morning. Giaz, a career Massachusetts criminal, was in Hazleton for killing another mob boss in 2009.
When I first heard that Mr. Bulger was killed in Hazleton, that's the first thing I thought was Freddie was there.
Daniel Kelly represents Giaz.
He was aware of Whitey Bulger. He had a distaste for informants.
Bulger's violent death mirrored his life and made for gory movie scenes based on the maniac mobster. His death made headlines in the papers that made him infamous. The Boston Globe's Shelley Murphy has reported on Whitey Bulger's mob life for over 30 years and says in prison his cooperation with the FBI made him a target.
Damn, what do you think he's
Whitey
listening
Bulger
to,
went to
dude?
bed that night, and by that morning...
He's listening to the Dropkick Murphys on his way to prison. I'm shipping up to Boston!
You look pretty badass in that
He
fucking
looked pretty
walk,
cool, even
dude.
for a weird old man.
Yeah, why was he in a wheelchair?
I don't know.
He was walking pretty good.
Probably for optics. His lawyers told him to get in the chair.
That's exactly what it was.
Yeah.
His lawyer's like, you're going to want to sit down for this.
And we're looking for
prison, some
and
Italian
as
guys
for
with
Freddie
shanks.
Giaz, it doesn't take much. I mean, for a 51-year-old to beat an 89-year-old man in a wheelchair to death.
Murphy says few people knew who Freddie Giaz was until now.
In Freddie's mind, does Freddie feel like,
Looks like Walter Goggins
he'll be a hero? Probably within the he would be. I mean, this is a guy who's
Yeah, he was
serving a
killed by a character from Vice Principals.
sentence, and now he will be known as the guy who killed Whitey Bulger.
Pretty cool.
The president of-
Yeah. I'd love to be known as that guy.
They go, now we're going to mix in a hot chick.
Oh, boy. All right. You guys good?
Yeah.
What do you think, Joey?
I'm not quite satisfied.
What are we going on to next?
We got a lot. We got some stuff.
Cool.
We got some stuff here.
Some cool stuff.
You know, I think that was a good...
That's great.
The donkey punch to Pappy.
Donkey punch.
Oh, that's a perfect name for it. I thought you meant in general. No, I think the episode was good.
No, I'm saying like
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Oh,
we're
you're
gonna-
saying like
we're gonna
in
wrap.
life.
What I'm saying is we're wrapping it up.
Sure.
Yeah.
Goodbye to everybody.
So goodbye, folks. Thank you for supporting us. We really appreciate it over here at the Hate Watch Podcast. Patreon.com/HateWatch. I literally forget it every
it's
time.
podcast.
It's podcast. It's Patreon. I don't do it for the money, folks. I mean, just pay us if you like us. But I don't think about it. I'm not trying to. We're just trying to be funny here.
It's patreon.com/HateWatch Podcast. A lot of our best content's on the Patreon.
We have an incredible episode from 2 weeks ago, Goof Threat, when we talk about Joey's.
Goof Threat
Joey's
was an
domestic
episode
crime.
where I was trying to make an innocent prank phone call that Devan and John considered to be possible domestic terrorism, and it's quite funny.
It's one of the funniest. I finally put it together on my computer, and it's unusable for now, but maybe someday if we have a larger legal team and more people, and maybe it'll be like a gift someday that I'll release on the
You have it
Patreon.
together?
Yeah, he's got it edited.
I have like the 12-minute. I'll show you later. Show you later tonight.
Well, that's maybe a new tier. Maybe a new tier.
Yeah, it's the no snitch tier.
$10,000.
By the way,
he sends us $10,000 to see it.
By the way, also I should say, I just returned from a trip to Las Vegas, and on the Patreon that's coming up right now, I'm about to reveal some of this stuff.
Oh, wow! Really, that's great. You're a great salesman.
And it's
You are? I thought you said we couldn't talk about it on this one. Oh, 'cause
We
it's
can't-
Patreon.
I'll do it on the Patreon.
Okay.
I'll do some of it on the Patreon.
All right.
But I couldn't even think about doing it on this because
yeah.
Well,
you got a lot of women talking to you.
No. Because I have a job.
Oh, right. Yeah, and you did. It was at your job.
It was at my job.
It was a job.
Yeah,
it was a job
yeah.
conference, guys.
Yeah.
Work conference. Okay.
Anyways,
we love you. Thank you for supporting us. A lot of people have been going through the archives lately.
Yeah,
we're getting people.
Yeah,
it's starting to happen. It's nice.
A lot of episodes.
I don't want it to get too big though, because I want to keep being able to get away with.
Well, the bigger we are, the more we could get away with.
I guess you're right.
We don't want to be in that gray area in between.
We're in a weird sweet spot.
Yeah.
I love this little sweet spot.
I love
We're
this sweet
always in
spot.
the fucking sweet spot, buddy.
Oh,
you know what I mean?
all right. Okay, all right.
It's like, I'm picking up what you're
I'm
putting
catching what you're throwing. Okay. Good night, folks. Love you. Thank you.
Love you. Bye.